If you were given a magic wand today and you could do your life all over again, would you? That's the question. And that's today's subject. I'm thinking it's a fascinating one actually because I think we find ourselves at times looking back and wondering what would happen if I would have gone to the left rather than going to the right, right? Or yeah, taken one path versus the other. So I'm going to cover your younger years, which is as far back as you can recall, to the age to about 12, then your teenage years, 13 through 19, and then the midlife, which is then 20 to 49, the productive years, and then your life 50 and on. So, hi there. My name is Ellen, and I welcome you to my channel. I really appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. So, your younger years, how far can you think back? And if you made some choices back then, I mean, I have spoken to people at times, and they don't seem to have any recollections of younger years, which I find fascinating because I don't know if it happens to all of you, but I know I have lots of memories from that time. And as I had mentioned in one video at one point, where I had almost lost my life when I was 10 years old. And I'm telling you, if I could go back there to that summer evening when I was 10 years old and I went into the swimming section when I had no business being there, I mean, zero business, um, I think I would do it again. Not at my age now, of course. I know better and I can swim. But yeah, I think I would have done it again because of the transformation that I felt during that time. I really felt that I was growing closer to my higher self, having understanding that there's a purpose that is much greater than I can even envision for myself, and so that there's a plan. But I have many memories from the time when I was, from the time I was very young to the age of 12, lots. And I'm hoping that you have fond memories that you can think back and say, oh my gosh, that's when I learned this and that. And we learned how to ride a bike during that time, fall out of a tree, learn how to swing, how to go on the swing, learn how to swim. We learned so much during that time. I mean, they are obviously years that really kind of catapult us forward if we pay attention, right? So the teenage years, 13 to 19, now that's the fun years, I'm thinking. I have lots of great memories during that time, the 13 to 19, especially the, 16 to 19, because when you grew up in Europe, you actually can go into those clubs, they called them discotheques back then, when you were 16. And oh boy, did I had a ball. I was just out at least 2, 3 times a week and dancing, it was so much fun, the disco time back then. And so I have zero regrets, even for the friends that I made back then. And it was just so much fun. And I'm hoping that you have also great memories during that time. But I also made choices when I was 19 to actually get married to an American man years later. But I met him when I was 19. And that was also a choice. Sometimes it's like you think, oh, things just happen and you're just going to go with the flow. And of course, we go with the flow. But at the same time, I'm thinking we make these decisions that will impact us for the rest of our lives. I mean, yeah, I had always dreamt about becoming, a flight attendant. Back then, they called them the stewardess, right? And but it did, throughout my marriage. I mean, with my marriage, I did actually see a lot of the world. So in a way, I had kind of become a flight attendant, although it was the flight attendant more to my family, but lots of fun. And I'm hoping that you had lots of great times as well, because yeah, when you can go back, I don't know if I would want to go back, but if I had to go back, I don't I don't think I would have changed a thing. Not a thing. And of course, there were lots of hiccups, lots of tears and disappointments and what have you. But you grow. And I'm thinking, in order to achieve the third level, you have to accomplish the first and the second as well. It's just the way life goes. So then comes the midlife, which is, 20 to 49, where we are the busy bees, right? We are accomplishing a lot. During that time, most people make, earn the most during their lifetime at that time, where they're accomplishing a lot. It's easy to find new jobs because you're young and you're dynamic and you're hungry for success, right? So you're building, might have a family, and so you are building a nest, right? And so sometimes you might start with a 1 bedroom and then you go to a 3 bedroom and 4 bedroom just because your family is growing. So of course, when your family is growing, you get more stuff, which is kind of interesting. But you also hopefully are taking some vacations and have some memories that you will carry with you always. I think the only regret that I have, if I have one, would be for me to stay on these vacations and places I had gone to just a little longer to really, I mean, I enjoyed them, but I think even then at times when you are between 20 and 49, and you have smaller children or younger children, you are very distracted by the successes from your jobs, um, your family, friends, your community that you might be giving back to, but everyone seems to be pulling on you. So at times you don't really have the time to really take it all in and truly, truly appreciate it. And like I said, even though I really appreciated every moment, I wish I would have appreciated even more because it's interesting when you are sitting. I don't know if anyone is into art and what have you, but when you go to places like Paris or London and you sit, you go to Venice, and you are maybe in Paris and you are sitting at the Louvre on one of those long benches and you look at these amazing paintings. They are huge and you just sit there. I sometimes wish I would have stayed longer. What did surprise me during that time in my life was that people would just go by and they would just take a picture and then they kept going and they took a picture. And I was like, oh my gosh, why don't you just slow down and actually take it in, really be in the moment because we are talking, there's art everywhere, right? And it took the artist a long time to accomplish, and a picture will never ever give you the experience that you are taking in at that moment. So if you are between the age of 20 and 49, slow things down. That's my advice at this point in my life. But no regrets at all. And I'm hoping the same for you, that you are looking back and perhaps don't want to do things over again, but perhaps wish that you would be a bit more, um, yeah, more intentional, right, with all the things that you chose. Um, your life 50 and on. I think it's an interesting time of life because I know that when I turned 50 on that day of my birthday, I had a migraine, I had a headache or whatever you call it. It was so painful the whole day. I was not happy to turn because I was 40 something for so long. And all of a sudden I was 50 and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going downhill now. And so that one day was really tough. And I wish now, looking back, if I could change it, um, yeah, I just wish I wouldn't have been so down about it because I think when you turn 50, you get a new perspective. You look at life. All of a sudden, it's like something clicks, and you go like, "Oh, now I'm getting it." It is fascinating. I'm hoping that whoever you are out there, if you are due to turn 50, embrace it. Um, because once I was 50 and the day after I was fine. Like nothing really changed. It was just in my head. It's that number. So maybe it is 30 for you. 30 was tough on me too, but not that bad. 40, 20. There are these yeah, there are these times in our lives when we are turning a round number. Some take it really well, and others not so much. So, anyway, I'm hoping for you that you will take it well. But 50 and on, it is an incredible time, actually. You are more mature. You have been around the block, so to speak. You have seen a lot of things. And now you've gained maturity. And you may not be as impulsive as you used to be, but perhaps think about things before you say yes to something, to think it over just for a moment longer. That is, I think, very, very helpful. I know that after I turned 50, now I'm 69, it is just amazing how another whole door opens up. It's almost like a double door. It is just incredible. And nothing really changes from one age to another. It's like I said, it's an hour ahead. And so don't be afraid. I think it is looking back, often people have regrets and what have you. And you know, there's nothing you can do about it, honestly. All you can do is learn from it. So we cannot have like a magic genie bottle or whatever and then go back in time. So try to just move forward and embrace every moment that you have. Because honestly, no one knows. We don't know how long we're all going to be here. You know, just because you're turning a certain age doesn't mean you're going to be here tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. Hopefully you will, obviously, but truly enjoy every day as a gift. Be grateful and take all the experiences that you've had from the time when you were very young to now as a gift, like I said. And yeah, it's getting better and better, honestly. It really, really does. And when you are in any kind of pain, be it financial or actual pain, know that there's always another day and you will gain a new perspective on things and things will get better. Um, I have always learned from my life that if you are here and you think, okay, you have reached the max that you can accomplish, or devastation or pain or what have you, and you are at the top, um, there isn't anything else. I mean, now things are going to get better. So their life is always an up and a down, ups and downs, and that's just how life is. So when you have a bad day or a difficult day, and we all have had them, look at, see where the lesson might be, and then strap on, so to speak, the experience from it and the knowledge you have gained, and then move on to the next day. And I'm telling you, if you sleep on things, you will find that the next morning you will have a different outlook. I think often if we just slow down in reacting, even on what's going on online, don't just shoot messages out just because you're feeling it in that moment. Think about it first, and perhaps think about how the other person who is reading it might react to it. So let's try to uplift one another and and learn from one another, and also to be kind. And that is what I've learned after I turned 50. Finally, my family members probably would say, it's like, okay, she's getting it. It's just, I've always been very like, okay, let's just do this, let's do that, right? But I'm thinking I have slowed down a little bit. I still am very curious about life, and I always tell people, don't ever stop being curious. That's the beauty about it. It's yeah, you want to be nosy, so to speak, nosy of life, curious about what's next, because life is an ever unfolding um, process. So look at it and embrace it. And I hope that you took something away from this video. As always, please like and share, because that really helps my video to get out there to other viewers who might need a new perspective on life. And subscriptions, of course, are always free. And then I will see you again on Friday. So happy Tuesday. Thank you. Bye.